What's going on, everybody? It's the Bull Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about the outcome of Lonzo Ball surgery and the likelihood of him playing this season. We also got a bit of an update from Coby White in the third day of training camp, and as we edge forward to, preseason and those couple of games, it's going to be very interesting to see the roles that these types of guys play, and we'll talk more specifically about Coby White and what I think many people are hoping to see out of him heading into the preseason games and of course the regular season as well. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bull Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls. What do you think about Lonzo Ball? Do you think he'll be playing in this regular season for the Chicago Bulls? And also, what do you think of Coby White? Do you think he's going to be very similar to last season where he was playing starting, bench, different sort of rotations, this is sort of playing styles and everything like that? Do you see that happening with Coby White, or do you finally see some stability out of Coby White heading into the regular season? That is a very important question in my opinion that definitely needs answering, and it looks like we've got a couple of those answers. But we'll start off with Lonzo Ball, because this is very good news in all things considered. Now, at the end of the day, we would love to see Lonzo Ball playing at the start of this regular season, but unfortunately he had to go through another surgery. But it has been reported that it looks like the surgery went successfully, and now we are in the situation with Lonzo Ball where he has to go through his rehab process. He has to go to his re-evaluation for 4 to 6 weeks. But all things considered, there is high optimism that Lonzo Ball will be able to play during the regular season, most likely towards the halfway point to the end of the regular season. But there's still optimism that Lonzo Ball will be ready to play. Now, first things first, just to get any concerns out of the way, we've already seen with Lonzo Ball that there has been wrong analysis before in relation to Lonzo Ball. Unfortunately, there was a 4 to 6 week analysis with Lonzo Ball before his first surgery. And unfortunately, it took pretty much a whole year just to get that outcome out of Lonzo Ball. So we've got to be very mindful about that heading into this analysis, heading into this optimism. But how many times do you truly see professional doctors, probably the best doctors in the world, get things wrong? Look, it's very rare that they get things wrong the first time. I sincerely hope it's not going to be the same situation again, and the odds are really, really stacked against that happening. So I'm hoping that reevaluation of 4 to 6 weeks will be a positive one. I'm hoping his rehab process will be a positive one, and if there is optimism from the doctor's side and from, I guess, everybody else's side that Lonzo Ball will play this season, then I'm inclined to believe that Lonzo Ball will be able to play this season, which is going to be huge for us, of course. Worst case scenario, as he said, was to miss the regular season. It looks like that is not going to be an outcome for the Chicago Bulls, but time will tell. I'm very, very happy with this news. I'm happy Lonzo Ball at some point will be here in the regular season, and it's a long journey. It's a long process. He doesn't need to rush back and come back in October. He doesn't need to rush back and come back in December. He take his time, and when he's truly 100%, it's going to be a learning process just for him to come back into this team and actually play to his level as well. As Billy Donovan said, as one of the questions, he got asked a bunch of questions about Lonzo Ball. One of the answers that I found very interesting is the guy hasn't played basketball in 9 months. That's a long, long time to be missing basketball games. And he's not just going to come in and poof, everything's back to normal again. It will take time to adjust, but it will also take time for Lonzo Ball to get back to his best. So as much as Lonzo Ball coming is going to make a big difference, we need to also be very patient with him as well. And it comes patience when it's recovery time, patience in hoping that he can get back 100% healthy, and then patience on the court as well. So very, very happy with that news, all things considered. Is it the best case scenario? No, the best case scenario would have been he'd be ready to play by now, but it's definitely not the worst case scenario considering there was fear that he might even miss the whole regular season. There were a lot of people saying all on social media he'd never play again. So it's good to see those are not the outcomes, and we will see Lonzo Ball at some point throughout the regular season, most likely. Now let's move to Coby White. Now, I found Coby White's interview in relation to his training camp, the third day of training camp, very, very interesting because it talked a lot about his role. It talked a lot about what he plans to do. It talked a lot about what he wanted to do in the offseason as well. And all things considered, I found a very interesting maturity from Coby White. Now, Coby White is always going to be a vocal, fun-going type of guy, and you're never going to change that from Coby White. Coby White's not all of a sudden going to be a guy that has a laugh and good communication with people to a media-trained robot. Sometimes it does happen like that, to be fair, when you get a little bit older and you understand the game a little bit more. But so far, that's not what I'm seeing in terms of maturity from Coby White. What I see as maturity from Coby White is, I guess, the way he's approaching this regular season. The fact that he is willing to do whatever it takes for his team to win. He doesn't mind playing point guard. He doesn't mind playing shooting guard. He doesn't mind being a catch and shoot guy. He doesn't mind being a guy that goes into a pick and roll. And all these things are very, very positive to see. But I would absolutely love, with all my heart, to see a stable role for Coby White. Because in my opinion, you're going to see a lot of people expect Coby White to fail because he's thrown into all of these situations. And unless you're a superstar quality player, it's going to be very hard to adapt to every single one of them. It's very, very hard. Not many people go from a point guard to a shooting guard back to a point guard in the NBA. Not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people can do that. And the people that can do that are often considered very good quality, high quality, superstar level players. Guys like James Harden comes to mind. So these are very important things to take away. Now, Coby White's handled himself very, very well. But despite that, he's ended up having a couple of bad situations where a lot of people want him traded. A lot of people don't trust him on the Bulls. But what I want to see now with Coby White, and this is why I'm fairly happy he's getting another opportunity to prove himself to the Bulls again. I'm hoping he gets stability in his role. I think we all agree that most people see Coby White as an offensive scorer. When you see Coby White, you think scoring. Doesn't matter how he gets it done. The fact of the matter is he has freedom to get the ball in the basket. That is Coby White's role. He can do a little bit of everything. He can play make. He can end up hopefully getting better on defense. And again, he finds ways to score. He's not a bad IQ player in my opinion, but all these things will help throughout the long term of his career. But what we need from him right now is to play the role of a scorer, of a bench scorer. Could be catch and shoot. It could be driving to the basket. It could be getting to the foul line. These things, I think Coby White has good qualities. And Coby White has the potential to reach those good qualities and better qualities as well. So I'm really, really hoping with Coby White and what Billy Donovan said as well, that we find those roles. We find those ways to get Coby White to the best possible player he can be. Maybe it's not a set position, but it's definitely a set role in my opinion, and I'm hoping Coby White can deliver on that. And I found it very, very interesting. So for those who haven't seen the Coby White interview, please, I highly recommend to go check it out yourself. I'm sure there'll be more people speaking out on interviews and stuff like that throughout training camp. It seems like training camp is going very, very well. I think yesterday was a non-contact day, so everybody was just kind of, I guess, putting in hard work, but it wasn't necessarily, I guess, a game or anything like that. It wasn't physical contact. So that's obviously good to see. Again, I'm sure you're going to see that from time to time as well, even throughout the regular season. So no surprises there. But I'm happy they're putting the work in, and I'm hoping that work will pay off. And again, we will know how much work they put into training camp throughout the start of the regular season. Which turns out how fit they are, how much they're running, how hard they're competing. That will be true indicators of how training camp is going. But I like the idea of Coby White playing a significant and stable role. And I feel like stability is going to be the best thing for Coby White, because him being thrown everywhere possible, it's so hard to succeed that way. So I'm hoping he gets stability in his role. And obviously I'm very, very happy about Lonzo Ball, and I'm excited to see what he could bring to the table once he returns in the regular season. It's going to be a very, very big patience factor. It might take half the season. It might take more than half the season. But at least there's good signs and optimism that he will be back and he'll be ready to go. And when he is ready to go, it might be towards that time where we're talking about playoffs and a playoff push and who we're going to be versing in the playoffs and things like that. And Lonzo Ball will make a big difference there. We even saw it with Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams came from last year. He had a very good playoff run. And in my opinion, he's one of the better players there. So it could very well be the same thing with Lonzo Ball. And we already know how much of an impact Lonzo Ball makes on winning. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.